Jade Raymond, who was kind of the face of Assassin's Creed, she was a producer on the original. Just real quick, she started a new studio called Motive, and they're part of EA. And the first thing they're working on is Amy Hennig's Star Wars game in cooperation with Visceral, which is super exciting.
Cool.
Yep.
I think that's
So
awesome.
cool.
I think there's potential here for something really cool. When she was at Ubisoft Toronto, she oversaw Blacklist, and I don't know. That game is like kind of underrated. I think.
Splinter Cell Blacklist. I love that game. Yeah. It just came right at the tail end of the last gen.
That was the thing, and people were waiting to see if it would straddle that line and be like kind of like Double Agent was on old Xbox and Xbox 360.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think like it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, like I'm excited for Amy Hennig's Star Wars game.
Yeah.
Regardless of this.
You know the rumors are it's Han Solo, right?
That's what. Yeah. And now that there's a Han Solo spin-off film officially announced, that adds a lot of fuel to that.
Yeah. I mean it's awesome that one of the people like integral with Uncharted and then one of the people integral with Assassin's Creed are working on a Star Wars what we assume is a third-person action adventure game.
Well, Nolan North said that thing recently that it's like sort of like a spiritual successor to 1313, and that's in the style of Uncharted. And it's like, God, like just picturing what that game could be under Amy's direction, because like it's interesting that if you look at what Uncharted 4, what we've seen so far, and if you think of Uncharted 2, and if you look at The Last of Us, obviously, I do think the kind of Neil and Bruce mentality seems to be a little darker, whereas Amy is much more of that like fun sense of adventure.
Yeah, it feels like Indiana Jones.
Han Solo. That's what I want from a Han Solo.
I wonder if Nolan North's doing the voice of Han Solo.
That would be incredible.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. I mean, like there was a picture that Amy Hennig tweeted out at Lucasfilm, like with the Yoda fountain in the background with Nolan North, and so I think a lot of people are speculating on that.
Yeah.
And it's also like,
the picture was with Nolan North and Nolan North's
his son. That's right.
Which I found really interesting.
Maybe like a father-son dynamic or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's also really interesting that like they're teasing this as kind of a Thief's End, the end of Nathan Drake. We keep talking about like maybe I don't think he'll die, but it's like maybe he will like move on,
retire
from exactly. So it's like if that's the case, then I guess even if there was a new Uncharted game somehow, maybe it wouldn't involve Drake. So it's like maybe Nolan North is free to do something.
I am so ridiculously goddamn giddy for the idea of a game that combines Star Wars, Uncharted, and Assassin's Creed.
Right.
That is like if you take
like
the best part,
trifecta,
you take the best parts of those games. Like I know when you say Assassin's Creed, a lot of people are like, but I mean there is stuff in every Assassin's Creed game that's incredible, like just incredible.
I mean, AC1 and especially AC2 laid the groundwork for all of these open world. Here are 10,000 things to do, run around buildings games, like
and
as much as GTA.
Say, like,
honestly,
it's also like that weird, like yes, I think there's been a lot of kind of like AC3 wasn't super well received. Obviously, Unity wasn't. Like there's been kind of highs and lows recently, but. All of that said, like the very first time you play an AC game and just like do the parkour and get used to the running, like it does feel good. Like I don't think the controls are perfect, but I don't know, man. Like I think this could be. I'm really excited to see what this ends up being.
You think he's been climbing all over Coruscant and shooting bounty hunters,
just going out to fix stuff on the outside of the Millennium Falcon and recruiting.
There's going to be doves that
you're
going to
collect.
He's been going through hyperspace and climbing on the outside.
Oh my god,
Jesus!
So excited for this.
Yeah,
lots of smuggling.
Lots of smuggling.
So
lots
little
of snuggling.
Chewbacca sidekick you can play with your friends. There's a girl. She does a kiss.
One whole kiss.